was at the airport in Saudi Arabia, and one of the things you got to remember when you're dealing with these kind of idiot people, less is more. It's best not even say anything to them. I mean, they're stupid. Okay, they look for a fight. They're supposed to be celebrating the creator, but they're worrying about harassing a young man that got more hue in the skin than they do, and they jealous and they dumb, and that's what it is. They always gonna probably be that way. So less is more. Don't say anything to them. Don't give them any reason to make up a storyline that they can fantasize about in their pea brain head, and then you won't have any issues. And I think that's something good to say because a lot of times as young black men, we try to explain ourselves, but when you're dealing with people who's determined not to understand you, why waste your time? All right. Looking back at the Philippines, it's an interesting little culture country. I think there's better Asian countries to go to. Um, you got Thailand. It has some of what I just described with the colorism and all that. Anywhere in Asia, you're going to have the people bleaching their skin. Due to the influx of white supremacy, there's been a push to have white skin, just like in West Africa with the Africans, or like in African Americans with the bleaching of the hair, line, and put sewing other people's hair in your head, and the permin, which is scientifically proven to cause brain damage. The same thing goes with Asia. But with all that being said, there's so many positives, so many positives, all about what you look at, what you focus on. The affordability. If you bring in USD, Canadian money, euros definitely, the money's going to stretch so far there. So you can do so much. I mean, you can live like a king there. You can build your own property, buy a plot of land, and then build your own home. 60 grand, easy. Nice area. Um, you can pay for maid, security, your own personal driver if you make enough your Western dollar. Um, Also, in addition to that, um, food is pretty great, especially if you are a meat eater. They have a lot of meats. They like eating like a lot of pork. So if you're into eating pork, you're gonna like it there. Um, the nightlife is dope. Pretty dope. They play a lot of hip hop. Like they love the hip hop. For you fellas, if you're like a lot of my Caucasian brothers, they like going there and they told me, yeah, man, you're a king here. We're kings here, man. I mean, we can do what we want. A lot of people say they can. So, you know, the women, they're going to show you a lot of love because you're an American. There's a love of American culture. A lot of people like America. America was the last country to conquer the Philippines, and so a lot of American influences in the Philippines. There's been a lot of programs created through the American government for Filipinos to join the military, and I saw that a lot of people in service were from the the studio science racial category of Asia. Um, People were classified as Philippines were in the military, and they definitely they got the advantage to join the military through services and programs created by the American government to better their life for upward mobility. Um, so you're gonna have a lot of people that favor Americans, especially if you have blonde hair, blue eyes, but also if you're dark skinned American, Latino, whatever. I mean, they like Americans. They like American money. So you'll definitely like it there, and you'll get a lot of love from the women. It won't be hard. Won't be hard pulling. Um, and just go out and have fun and be social. Good as any place is good to make friends with the locals. You can have them as like your tour guide slash wingman. They can introduce you to people. Hey, it's my friend. Da, 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 da. And then you go out for drinks, dinner, and then something to come from there. You definitely get much more respect and love in the Philippines with regards to the women than you will in the United States of America. And all my Caucasian brothers told me that. Matter of fact, a lot of them they love going there. Philippines, Japan, many Asian countries. That's actually all I saw there. Let's see. Uh, the positives. I mean, the money thing is really the biggest positive. Your money's gonna stretch hella far there. Um, let's see. There's no feminism. There's not a bunch of feminism and angry people like that. They're happy with just the little bit they have. That's one thing I noticed. Um, you know, being an American, we can kind of lose sight of the blessing that we have being an American citizen. I mean, there's so many blessings, so many positives, so many gifts being American. Like if you're a traveler, you'll see we deal with a lot of Americans. They complaining about small stuff, but they're like, I got this, I got a roof over my head, I got food to eat. They're happy. They're good with that. So it's good to see that contrast of that humility. Always a positive thing. I was more so in Manila and Cebu than in the southern part of the country where I felt it was a little bit dicey. But the people were much more humble. And in addition to you being a Canadian, American, a European, you go in there, you're going to get a lot of love from the ladies, like I told you, for the men. You're also going to see a lot more humility, and you're going to like that. People much more simpler. If you have a girl, like I had, like the girls I went out with, they were making my drinks. You would never get that here. You would deal with women acting like you got to prove yourself to them. But there, the women are much more catering to men, um, which makes them more wifey material, which would make you want to have a committed relationship with them more. Um, which is why so many of those guys, European descent, go there. Let's see what else. Uh, Trying to think, not just from a male perspective. Um, for women, it's safe. I know a lot of women that get a little scared traveling around. Philippines is safe. You can go anywhere in the country. I mean, even with that issue that dealt with the southern part of the country, outside of the potentially extreme Islamic islands, we're pretty safe. I mean, I didn't have to worry about anybody. I walked out at night and it didn't feel dangerous. It's not like South America where you gotta be on your P's and Q's. It's much safer than that. I mean, pretty much most Asian countries are like that. You can go around for the ladies. You can go around there and you'll be good. There won't be any issues. Um, and just with men, same thing. Your money's gonna stretch farther if you're from America or Canada or any European country. Um, So yeah, as a female, you'll be good to go. Um, you won't have any issues really. The men are not going to be aggressive, like trying to hit on you. I know a lot of Western women, you worry about that a lot. Um, you're not going to have a lot of that. Um, they're much more subdued. They're not. They don't approach women like that per se. At least most of the time. Um, I mean, if you're pretty, you're probably gonna have some guys check you out, but it's not gonna be like somebody's gonna be like a whole bunch of cat calls. I don't think you have to worry about that. And just like any other place in the planet, you stay at a nice place like Makati, like I stayed at. That's one you can Google that. That's one of the premier places to stay at. So you'll be safe and you won't have any issues. Um, yeah, I mean, those are some of the positives. I want to end it with the positives. I want to talk about those negatives and the colorism and the, the racism I saw there, which I didn't like. I thought was stupid. I wanted to comment on why I felt that was, but I also want to focus on the positives. There's always a positive. There's always a silver lining to anything. And that what I just ended talking about, that is the silver lining, and that is what makes Philippines an advantage and a potential place to go to. Um, just be mindful there is a bit conservative. There's a favoritism to white skin or fair skin. There's many vloggers that talk about this. White vloggers say the same thing. Matter of fact, the white guys, I'm actually kind of saying the same thing the white guys have said, but from my own perspective. Um, and one that told me. Um, and but there's some positives about it too. And anytime you're looking at something, one thing I learned traveling around the world is it's never just a black and white situation. It's always shades of gray, and it's very important that you're able to see that because if you don't, you can be stuck in the mud, so to speak, and not take advantage of all the opportunities or see all the positive aspects of the situation to make the situation the best it could be. And I think when you're looking at the Philippines, these are some of the things and thoughts you should have in mind and look forward to when it's going to the country. And I think you can have a good time. They have a number of nice beaches in Cebu. Another positive. Um, I think if you're looking for a more relaxed vibe, stay in Cebu. If you're looking more for a nightlife, stay in Manila. If you're more of a young cat, Manila's going to be your spot. Um, the country is broken up in several different islands. So to get the best experience, especially if you're working for about a week time, I think Manila's the go-to spot to go to, and maybe take a weekend trip to Cebu. Um, and I think that between those two cities, you're going to have an overall good time, particularly for your first time in Manila. So if you're interested in Manila, I say give it a shot, have a good itinerary, and have fun. All right, that's all for me for right now. Until next time.